Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Tuesday, December 17th, 2019. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm so glad you're here. Let's jump into our cards. So the first card we have today is this lovely Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is all about celebrating, really celebrating. Okay, I'm listening. All right, so there are a lot of things that are coming up here. Obviously, we're mid-December. We're headed towards Christmas. We're headed towards solstice will be coming first. And I know a lot of us, and me myself included, kind of struggle with the whole Christmas holiday thing. And it might not always feel like a celebration, especially for those who don't participate in that big event. But the celebration card is coming in more of a celebrating where you are, of really taking the time and looking at what you've accomplished. Where have you been? What has this whole journey been for you leading up to this point, almost like a year in review? So Spirit's really saying for you to fully celebrate where you are and what has happened and what you have been through, write it down. Really take the time to do a little personal log today of what 2019 has looked like for you. And I know there's been a lot of transition, a lot of difficult passages that have arisen, health challenges, loss of loved ones, difficult relocations, hard career changes. 2019 has been a real big year. So many of us have gone through such major transitions. So Spirit is really inviting you to sit down and to log in what you have accomplished. Some of you have completed books. Now, it might be just the first draft, but or expanded your business, opened a second shop, or done some major personal growth, really looking at the personal growth that you've been through, ending marriages, sudden loss, sudden death has happened. So much has happened. So while there may be grieving that has happened in 2019, it really is celebrating where you are and how you made it through this difficult time. The companion card that came with it is the universe. Now, I like this card for all kinds of reasons, but it is really noticing the circle of life that you have been through. Now, the number 21, this universe card is the last card in the major arcana. So it is a current reality. And when it's the last card in the major arcana, it's the end of a cycle. Now, we've been talking about this cycle coming to an end for a while now. This 2019 has been a real powerful growth. And I'm thrilled to be alive. And as we move into our roaring 20s of our lifetime, I have a very good feeling about 2020 up ahead. And I'll be doing those readings soon. But of really looking at this whole picture of where you've been and how far you've come and how you've made peace with the lions up here in the corners and the lambs and the small animals, all of this love that is around here for you. So really take it in of this whole universe and this process that you've been through. 2019 was not easy. And I know that some of you have been doing your work, doing your best to really step forward onto a new path or to change behaviors and change patterns in yourself. Perhaps you're recent in your path of sobriety or making major dietary changes or major life changes that brings for a more positive you. Perhaps you've been editing your friends list and really noticing of how you feel when you spend time with certain people or your employer. And when you make those positive changes and stepping into a more positive life for you, you really need to celebrate. Take the time to acknowledge it. You know, so often we make these big life changes, and there's a lot of fear and trepidation leading up to it, and then you're thrown into it, and it's like a whirlwind, and you don't even realize what you've been through or how far you've come. So really taking the time to celebrate where you are. I know I'm rambling on a bit about that. That's a big deal. And to do it in a way that is positive and healthy for you, and not a celebration, you know, with substance, but of alcohol substance, I mean, or any narcotics. And some people, those are old ways of celebrating, really stepping into a healthy celebration. And it's creating new patterns, new helpful patterns to help you so that you're not repeating mistakes from your past as you continue forward with your commitment to living your real life purpose. And sometimes it is about releasing the past. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's jump into our further cards. So our Denise Linn Sacred Travelers deck card says today about the infinite abundance, and it says abundance is pouring into your life. Pouring into your life. So if you're sitting in disbelief of the positive changes that you've made that's led you up to today, up to right now, again, get your notepad out and start taking inventory of this divine abundance of, and remember the small abundances that are everywhere and the big ones of the people who show up for you, or your friends who you can count on, or your loved ones who continue to grow in your relationship with you, so that you're able to meet people where they are and to really celebrate the gifts that they bring into your life, whatever that gift may be. It can be simple companionship. It could be lending a physical hand, or having an ear for you, or helping you be playful. And remember all the goodness that's around you in the food that you eat. You know, one of my favorite shaman who I studied with gifted me this beautiful wooden love shaker. And it's this wooden carving of like a gigantic salt shaker, but it's really made out of an old dining room table, and he carved it and with it worked with another craftsman. And whenever I'm cooking, I have to pick up this wooden shaker that's filled with only love from him and his helper, and from me that I've put into it, and I shake it onto all my food. I shake the love in when I'm making any of my yummy creations in the kitchen, and that's a love shaker. So it reminds me to put love into everything that I'm doing. It doesn't have to be just food or crafts. You can sprinkle that love around your home as if you're smudging your home, so that you're remembering all the love that's around you and all the abundance that you have today, and how everything is okay right now in this present moment. So I went to my divine action card deck, and these action cards are truly for those who are not able, or who are starting to really step into that abundant love feeling. First of all, we have to forgive ourselves, because oftentimes we hold ourselves accountable and we are more harsh. Our internal dialogue can be so difficult and so harsh, and we need to forgive ourselves for that. We learned that somewhere. We learned from someone to be critical, or we remember that emotional feeling when someone was critical of us, and that's why we relive it and have a hard time letting go of it. And then we'll get angry of ourselves, and then we'll be angry and creating all those emotions again. There are two steps. Forgive yourself, and that's a big one. And it really is just turning it over to the universe and say, I forgive myself, and allow love to flow into my life. And then the second part is to lay down the drum. And that laying down the drum is a term that I use where we actively turn off those thoughts, that drumming, repetitive thinking of, oh, Christmas is bad, or I don't have, or I'm less than, or whatever sadness or chronic negative thoughts that might pop up around a specific topic, of laying down that drum and saying, I acknowledge this thought, and this thought, thank you for serving me. And I'm going to put you in a little basket outside my front door, outside of your house, and you can drop those thoughts there, and they can float off into the universe, or they can burrow into the ground and be healed by our planet, or they can go up into divine light and be soothed by the eternal love energy that's all around us. But it's not a thought that needs to live in my head anymore. And release those thoughts like captured little birds, and wish them well and send them on their way so that they don't haunt you. Because oftentimes that negative emotion is just a haunting from our past. And to truly release it, we have to acknowledge it and stop with consciousness, stop the thoughts that make us feel that way. And sometimes it just comes with forgiving yourself. Say, well, I was younger then and now I'm wiser, and I forgive myself for these painful thoughts that I keep having. I let them go. And then just notice, take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes, and just see how you feel in your body once you let those thoughts go, because they don't serve you. They're old habits. And if we want to expand and grow our consciousness, or be happier in our bodies and live the life that we were really intended to live on this planet, it is about releasing this old energy that doesn't serve us anymore. And when you're able to do that, that's when the party happens. That's when you get to be in the celebratory mode, okay? Sounds hard, but I know you can do it. I hope you know how much I love you and how grateful I am that you stopped by my little channel. And be easy with yourself today. If these thoughts are really capturing you, just go gentle with yourself and allow yourself to celebrate those good thoughts, the good things that are happening for you right now, right in this moment. If you're a new subscriber, I really appreciate you being here. And if you're compelled to share my videos with anyone who you think might need a little reminder today about being nice to themselves, please do so. And I hope you know how much I love you and how grateful I am that you stopped by. And I look forward to seeing you next time.